Hey guys, it's Mario from Anime Chart Reviews, and today's review will be on Darling in the Franxx. I do hope you enjoy. If you have ever seen Pacific Rim and wondered what it would be like if it was an anime, look no further. Darling in the Franxx pretty much shares the same major concepts with it. The only point is that Darling in the Franxx is actually good. The same fast-paced, monster-whacking robot action, but with a whole lot of plot twists, a little romance here and there, along with some trusty old fan service. Just a quick message before I begin: if you don't like what I have to say during the review, please leave a comment below and I'll happily discuss it. And of course, if you appreciate what I have to say, please leave a like, and how about subscribing, because it's free. So come on, what do you have to lose? So in the post-apocalyptic world where humans live in moving fortresses called Plantations, humanity has to fight to survive. In this world, giant monsters called Klaxosaurs run amok, attacking plantations, threatening to drive humanity to extinction. The first and only line of defense are a machine called FranXX that need 2 pilots to operate them, 1 male and 1 female. An authority figure called Papa and the adults pull the strings from behind the scenes, while the children pilot the FranXX. These children were chosen and trained from a very young age after varying degrees of genetic modification. In the midst of all this, Hiro meets 02. Having failed to become a full-fledged FranXX pilot and losing his partner in the process, Hiro is desperate to prove himself worthy. 02, who's an elite pilot rumored to be a partner killer, finds Hiro intriguing and asks him to become her darling. Darling in the FranXX has a rather mysterious feel to it. Aside from all the fast-paced action, it has a strange depth through it, which you will catch on early with, and that mystery sticks around with you a lot longer than you would expect, which adds some flavour when the pace gets a little slow in some parts of the story. Although the male/female/robot combination isn't entirely a new concept, like, for say, Vandred. Anyone seen that anime? It's from 2000? No? Okay, moving on. In the first few episodes, you develop a certain curiosity about 02's identity. And since Hiro is the typical wimpy, whiny type of protagonist, it creates a healthy balance. It leaves plenty of room for character development, as well as some good old badassery in the form of 02. At times, the pace feels like it's dragging on, but once you get through the filler/fan service and heavy scenes, the story picks up once again, leading you deeper into the world of Klaxosaurs, child pilots, and old men in masks. The emphasis of the story is survival, and what needs to be done to achieve it. For example, sacrificing lives in order to save more lives is a recurring theme throughout this story. Oh, and what good would an anime be without some romance? Hiro, the failure of a pilot that he is, finds that 02 can draw out his potential, while 02, the elite that never had a partner who could keep up with her, finds exactly what she wants in Hiro. Apart from each other, they couldn't fly, but leaning on each other's strengths, they found themselves soaring into the sky. Not surprisingly, Hiro eventually finds himself hopelessly in love with 02, and it goes both ways. To point out the obvious, the 2 main characters are Hiro and 02. Hiro is the kind and hard-working type. With his black hair and skinny physique, he looks a little like everyone's favourite swordsman from SAO. 02, on the other hand, is a fierce, pink-haired and charming girl with horns. Yes, you heard that right. She has 2 actual horns on her head. The explanation being, she has Klaxosaur blood inside of her. A little cliche, half Klaxosaur hunting other Klaxosaurs, but certainly adds some spice to her backstory. As the story progresses, Hiro overcomes his self-doubt and starts becoming more dependable. 02, being on the wild side, starts to gain more composure and becomes less volatile than she originally was. Together, they quickly become the perfect joy, taking down even the most largest and most dangerous Klaxosaurs that cross their path. They come from both extremes when it comes to personality, but as they grow together, they find themselves meeting halfway. When it comes to character growth, what more could you ask for? Personally though, I would have preferred a less whiny version of Hiro, but hey, it all works out in the end. The camera angles were a bit too focused on the pilots during the fight scenes. I would have preferred to actually see the combat happening, rather than seeing just inside the cockpit. But generally, they showed the right things at the right time, and their transitions from one scene to another were flawless. The lighting was bright overall, which is good, so you don't miss out on the important details in the background. But there are some scenes that would have had a better feel if they were done in a certain degree of darkness. The art style is a little western cartoonish, I guess, which makes the FranXX look like curvy Gundams. A little masculinity in the design wouldn't have hurt. The colours are bright and vibrant, which is a little off considering the dark themes of the story. The way the scenes and music go together was done quite well. The opening song in animation was truly terrific, and was by far the best opening for the winter lineup. The ending was also good, with its upbeat tone and decent animation. There's a tangible shift in the mood when the music changes, for example, from a conversation to a sudden combat situation, which makes the transition feel smooth. This anime certainly didn't lack in that area. The story certainly had some great depth. That's something a lot of animes nowadays severely lacking. Great visuals can only get you so far after all. The underlying concept of not being able to fly alone is what made the story. That right there is a clincher, and they couldn't have found a better package to wrap the story in. The two main characters being Hiro and 02 were a good perfect blend together, each countering each other's weaknesses and developing a decent standard throughout the anime. This anime gave off a little bit of a western cartoonish feel. It definitely helped this anime, but I feel like the battle suits that they were in probably needed more of a masculine feel to them. The music throughout the anime was perfect, with both ending and openings being outstanding, and the music and sound effects blending well with the action scenes and normal dialogue. On that note guys, I'll be giving Darling in the Franks an A rating. The story, animation and score is pretty decent and you'll find yourself wanting to watch more. Overall, I suggest you watch this anime. Thanks for watching the video guys, I do hope you enjoyed it, and I would be honoured if you'd like the video and subscribe to our channel as it really helps us out. And hopefully we'll see you all again in the next video. Bye bye.